Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. On this channel, I focus on my farming journey, which I started in 2022 in Zimbabwe, which is my home country. There in Zimbabwe, I focus on 4 projects: chicken farming, rabbit farming, fish farming, and vegetable farming. I'm actually preparing for my retirement. When the time for me to retire comes, I will have something to fall back on back home in Zimbabwe. So that's why I'm running all these projects. Well, they are running, but when I get to Zimbabwe, of course, I will pick it up from there and then expand and then do more things there in Zimbabwe. So yeah, in case you haven't seen me guys before, my name is Tau or Mukanya. And as I said, I do live in Sweden and I do my farming in Zimbabwe, which is my home country. So yeah, as I promised guys, I'm just going to talk about the numbers today. So yeah, today I'm going to focus on the cost of my fish farming equipment, the whole package that I started with. And I'll also talk about the cost of the feed that you require from the first day you plant your fish in your fish tank up to 6 months. And I'm also going to talk about the weight required from the day that you plant your fingerlings into the fish tank up to the day when you harvest, or the accepted weight on the market. And then I'll also talk about the cost of selling this fish at a wholesale price, and of course, if you want to sell to individuals. I know I've promised, so many people have asked me questions about the cost of these things. So I will try my best to explain, because I bought these things in 2022 and then things have changed since then. The prices have changed. So you can also inquire about those prices. But I'll just talk about the money that I spent on these things in 2022 when I started my farming journey. So yeah, I bought the first package, which is the fish tank, the greenhouse, the fingerlings, and everything else, all like the plankton boost that I talked about in my previous video, and then all other things that you need for you to get started. Was included on the first price that I paid. So that was around 3,000 US dollars, plus or minus 3,000 US dollars. So that got me started. So the labor was also included on that price. My fish tank alone costed around 1,200, and then the greenhouse costed about 800 something US dollars. But everything, when everything is included, that came up to, like I said, 3,000 plus or minus. As you guys know, I started with 3,000 fingerlings, and those 3,000 fingerlings, they costed me 135 US dollars. At that time, a thousand was going for $45. So yeah, $45 by 3, that's $135 for 3,000 fingerlings. And then the starter was the starter costed me around 117 US dollars for all 3,000 fingerlings. So the starter was 117. Each 10 kg costed around $13 at that time, and then I needed 9 bags for all the 3,000 fingerlings that I had in my tank. So that all came up to 117 US dollars. And then I also had like the growers, and the growers are sold in like 25 kgs. And then each 25 kg cost about 26 US dollars. And then I needed about 9 bags. So altogether, they costed around 234 US dollars at that time. And then the finisher that you need as well, they're also like in 25 kg bags. And then they costed around 25 US dollars each. And then I needed also 9 bags of those 25 bags. So $25 by 9, that comes up to 225 US dollars for all the 3,000 fingerlings from day one up to harvesting. So that's what I paid. And then the plankton boost that you also require in your fish tank. That's there is sold like in 5 liters. It was sold in at that time in 5 liters, and then each 5 liters costed around 12 US dollars. And then I needed three of those ones for 6 months, so that costed me around 48 US dollars. And then bacteria stop that you also need to have in your fish tank. It costs around 14 US dollars, and then I needed 2 of those bacteria stop that you need in your fish tank, and then that's around 28 US dollars for those 2 that you need during the 6 months that you have your fish in. And then the fungi stop is also something that you need in your fish tank, just to prevent fungi to be in your fish tank. And then that costed around 12 US dollars, and then I needed 2 of those containers, so that came up to 24 US dollars. And then that was 8. That's all I needed for me from the first day up to the harvesting time. So these prices that I'm talking about right now, guys, they are from 2022, guys. So if I hadn't had a problem with my system failing to work, I was going to harvest my 3,000 fish. And then, of course, the fish, when they sell you these fingerlings. It's like what they used to do with day-old chicks. They give you some extras. So if you buy like 1,000, they can give you like 1,050 or 1,100, depending on the breeder, where you buy your fingerlings from. And then now I want to talk about the weight that's expected on the market. You are expected to reach after 6 months. Your fish, they're expected to be around between 450 grams to 700 grams. So somewhere in between, anything in between there, that's acceptable. So it's 450 up to whatever. So it also depends on the quality of the feed that you give to your fish. That's what determines the weight of your fish. So if you want your fish to grow really nice and cool, I think you need to stick to the reputable fish feed sellers, so that your fish can grow nicely. So yeah, around 450 grams to 700 or upwards. That's the target that you're supposed to reach. The company that sold me my equipment, they buy back. And then during that time, the price for buying back, it was around between $3 to $3.80 $3.80 US dollars. So yeah, that's the cost. So for me, it didn't work out well for me at the very beginning because of the incident that I had with my system failing to work. So I did not make that much money. So you can do the calculations like this, guys. If I had managed to have all my fish, my 3,000 fish, up to the harvesting time without any problem, maybe I was going to reach around my weight, I think, was going to be around 500 to 600 grams. And on my previous batch that I had about 2,000 plus or minus there. And then I spent 600 US dollars plus or minus on feed alone, of course, plus $100, which was like for 1,000 fingerlings. They cost like what, 50 US dollars, and then 1,050 US dollars. That's $100. So that's 600 plus 100. That's around 700 US dollars. And then we harvested more than 2,000 fish, and each fish had a weight. It weighed around 500 grams and above. So yeah, that's how it went. So you guys can do the maths and yourselves, guys, and see if it makes sense to you or not. But to me, it makes sense for as long as you do not have much mortality on your fish. Yeah. Now I buy my fingerlings for $50 at the breeder that supplies me with the fingerlings. Is $50. But like I said before, guys, in my other video, it depends. All these breeders, they have different prices. Some they sell them the fingerling 1,000 fingerlings. They sell them at $70, and some they sell them at $75. It all depends. But like where I buy mine, there is $50. And then if you take a look at the cost of the feed on the market today, if you want to raise like 1,000 fingerlings, I think you need approximately $300. Now we're talking of starter 1, starter 2, starter 3, juvenile 1 and 2, and then the growers. That's all included. That's about $300 if you're talking of 1,000 fingerlings as of today on the market. That's what you need. And then of course you can do your numbers. You do the maths yourself, guys, and then see if it makes sense for you or not. So yeah, for this whole thing to make sense to you guys, let me put it this way. So for 1,000 fingerlings nowadays, or 1,000 fish, to raise 1,000 fish, you need about $300 approximately. 2,000 fingerlings, you need approximately $600 and then 3,000 you need approximately $900. And then of course, if you manage to harvest everything, if everything goes well, you manage to harvest all the 1,000. If you, for example, you're dealing with only 1,000, you will get approximately, if you have a weight of around 500 grams, you will have about 500 kgs. Thank you guys for watching my video. Please like this video and share with all those people who may be interested in venturing into this fish farming in a tank. And then, yeah, share it with everyone else so that each and everyone who's out there, who's interested, can learn a little bit something about it. And then, of course, so that you can make like informed decisions before you jump into it, whether it makes sense to you or not. Thank you guys for coming back to my channel, and thank you guys for subscribing to my channel. And those of you guys who haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing to my channel so that we can grow and reach all the people out there who are willing to relocate back home and start something back home, or start something right now before they go back home. Because on this channel, I talk about my farming journey, which I started in 2022 and which I'm still working. As I've said before, I'm preparing for my retirement when I get home, so that I will have something to do when I get home.